I will fuck in on your bitch in my Rick Owens size. My Rick Owens size. My Rick Owens size. Y'all. I don't look. I don't know what the fuck is wrong with me. Yeah, I've been trying to make this fucking video for the bro, the legit longest. Y'all don't know how I've been trying to make it every since yesterday, bro. But I kept getting caught up. I sat down finally. I'm like, okay, I'm cool. I can make the video. Boom, call. Hey, I need you. Blah blah blah. I'm like, bro, come on, my nigga. I've been trying to make this video for the longest. Anyways, y'all. So in today's video, bro, it's not it. Well, it kind of is a reaction, but at the same time, this video is really. I'm really trying to get to DJ Ghost. I really want this video to reach DJ Ghost. I had already seen the video fully through, and I kind of just um I want to make this video for DJ Ghost or anybody that want to learn about the religion. So if you don't want to learn, you can click off of it. I'm not trying to force no religion, but I'm making this video for people who want to know more about how well, it's not even Christianity. This is not a religion. I don't think a lot of people know this. This is not a religion. This is a relationship, bro, with God and Jesus and all of them. Like, this is what this is. So I'm going to break it down in the world's view, Christianity, I guess you could say. I personally don't think that you should really ever like name a religion, but it's just in hypothetical terms, yes, I belong to Christianity, but I see it more so as a relationship with God. It's not a religion. But we finna jump into this video, and I'm gonna break some things down that he was saying that he didn't understand the best way I know it, because there's levels to this stuff. Let's go ahead and jump into it, and I'm gonna get into the levels thing in a minute.
They gonna get him for it. You know what I'm saying? That's how life works. Well, that's how LA works.
So,
Also, shout out to the man Johnny, bro. I know my nigga Johnny, bro. Shout out to this nigga, man. I fuck with him.
as I seen that,
Pause.
I started to really think in my life, like, I could feel death around the corner. It didn't matter what I would do. I felt like my time, I was on borrowed time. I felt like I was gonna die soon. And 3 days after that, I had received a letter from one of my friends, just a childhood friend. He grew up with us in the projects in Section 8. He gave me a letter that,
Hi, we're Visible. Getting set to travel this summer and need a wireless plan that'll keep you connected on the go?
that was really eerie. He's like, think about me when I'm gone, and just saying these types of things. And 3 days after that, I find out that he had committed suicide in jail.
Now, if y'all don't know what Johnny talking about, Johnny is kind of talking about like him and his past and all of that. But I ain't even shrink the screen. See, I did this shit last time. My bad, y'all. Let me shrink the screen. Let me move out the way. All right. So y'all don't know my boy Johnny right here. He is kind of like he's basically giving his story about his childhood and him growing up and how he found Jesus himself. And I really feel like a lot of people telling Ghost to react to this video. So I really feel like in a way that is God kind of. See, here's another thing how this will work, right? But I'm gonna get into that in a minute. I'm gonna let Johnny speak about it first, and then I'm gonna get on it.
So there was death all around me, and I was feeling that. It was creeping up on me. And miraculously, my mom actually, a couple days after these incidents had happened, her car had broken down, and she was like, "Hey, Johnny, like, I need you to take me to church." She's a translator. She was very like involved at the time, and so I said,
Oh, I'm finna go light my thing, yeah.
"Mom, out. I didn't spend all my life." I said, "Yeah,"
Okay.
and bad to her, so I wanted to treat her well. So I took her to the church, but I told her very specifically, I don't want to be
not going
evangelized.
in.
I don't want to talk to the pastor.
Yeah.
And so,
And the crazy thing is, I used to really be like this. When I was a kid, like I say, nah, real talk, like ever since I was a kid, I found the whole like God. I believed in God, but I found it so corny. Like when I was a kid, I found it just so corny. Like it's even moments now. I'm a Christian, and I know things, okay? I know things, okay? I know right from wrong, but I'm gonna get into that later in the video. But it's even now, like, it's just sometimes now, like, my mom and her husband now is, he's a pastor, and my mom is really, like, my mama always been, like, hardcore in the shit, like, real talk. So it's like some things, like, they'll do, and it's like, it's bad for me to say this, but it's like kind of cringy. You know what I'm saying? But I'd be lying if I be sitting here and I'd be lying to y'all. But I love God. I truly do. But you know what I'm saying? I'm not at that level yet. I'm not sure if I'll ever be at that level. Like they be praying like randomly, like over some people, praying over the food. Somebody come up and call them and say, "Hey, I'm sick," blah blah blah. They'll stop, pray. And it, I don't know if I'm gonna ever be at that level. I'm not sure if I ever want to be at that level, but I know I want my relationship with God. That's how I see
When I get there, I remember this pastor runs out and he's like, "Hey,
Underbelly, get some soundproof on your windows, or close the window, or move this to the next room, because every interview we hear them cars on the street. That was a Honda Civic that drove by, bro. Tell me.
How you know that?
But no, that's what mom's trying to do, bro. And it's understandable. You can't fault her for it. You they baby. They up in church, no matter how many times you say you don't want to go, no matter how you can say you cool a million times, they gonna keep on trying to get you. You they baby.
Facts.
You only want.
Facts. But it's everybody got a reason that they do that type of stuff. You know what I'm saying? Because come judgment day, like when you getting judged, it's like you gonna lead over somebody or some things. Like that's how this thing works. Let me tell y'all this. If you a leader or you got a big influence over the world or influence over somebody, how you influence them is going to that shit goes in judgment. You know what I'm saying? That shit will go in your judgment. So if I'm somebody like Lil Baby, or I'm somebody like Young Boy, or like King Von, if I'm preaching kill, 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 steal, you know what I'm saying? And if I don't repent for that, and I don't stop doing that certain thing, or at least try to work on stop doing that certain thing, then that's gonna look bad on me. Like I'm gonna be in huge trouble because I'm influencing not hundreds, not even if it is hundreds, but it's thousands of people I'm influencing. So that's gonna come back on me. You know what I'm saying? Like you gonna be, cause He gave you a certain gift. Obviously you in the fame now, so it's like you are you got a higher responsibility now. You know what I'm saying? But like a lot of people don't know that, but it's true. Like you have a big influence. So, you know what I'm saying? How you influence people depends on like how things gonna go on your judgment. Real talk.
Want right for him, bro. And if you feel like God did wonder for you, of course you want him to do wonder for your kids.
Johnny, good to see you, and why don't you come on in for some food, And they had made like some.
By the way, this might be a long video, like an hour video, like real talk. I'm just gonna be breaking shit down for y'all.
That's all I
some black bean noodles, and that's actually my favorite dish. I love eating black bean noodles. For those Asian Sundong people out there who know what I'm talking about.
Black bean noodles, bro. I love Chinese, Asian, and Japanese food. I ain't never seen no black bean noodles. What is it? Beans floating in water? What is black bean noodles?
I actually did look those up. They look kind of good. It's a little salty, but I don't know.
The bean in a noodle form? You know how you get the bean? It's like this, but you could probably stretch it to like a skinny noodle. And you put it in the water. I ain't never seen no black bean noodles.
It's like a delicacy for us, I grew up eating that stuff, so I was like, what's the harm in eating, But I told the pastor,
that's how they get you.
God, I don't believe in God.
That's how they get you,
et cetera, et cetera. So we get there, and I remember he sits down, and after we finish eating, he asks me two questions that really kind of shocked me. He said, "Are you a sinner? And do you know what sin is?" And at that time, I felt a little angry, to be honest, because I felt like that was a loaded question. Like, who's not a sinner? You know, we're all born imperfect. We're all flawed as human beings.
Right,
We've all
right,
made,
right.
bad decisions in our life and stuff like that. So I kind of got mad and I told him, yeah, of course. And he says, so
Damn, bro, finna break the backwood a little bit,
what do
huh?
you think about sin? And I said, well, sin is when you do something bad and then,
You ask
you
for
go against
forgiveness.
God, or you shoot people, stab people, lie to people. That's a sin. And he said, not so. And that was the first time that it kind of like, he shook my world upside down. I was like, what do you mean? This is kind of.
This what didn't get me about the whole sin thing. Like I told you, I used to be into it. It's not like I was like this forever. Where it's no sin greater than the other. So therefore, stealing something is just like killing someone. You know what I'm saying? But the only thing I don't get about it, bro, it was just messing my mind up. You mean to tell me I could just keep on stealing and keep doing bad and I can ask God to forgive me for my sins and I'll be all right? Jesus died for your sins. He died on the cross and whoopty whoop whoop whoop. That makes zero sense to me, bro. So basically you telling me I gotta get out of jail free card every time I do something. Then you got pastors that been sinning their whole life and they up there, bro, preaching to the crowd, preaching to the church. You supposed to listen to this nigga? He asked for God forgiveness, but how we know God forgave him? God could have been like, nope, and he still got up here preaching to us. How do we know if God forgave you or not?
Boom. Okay, so I'm gonna get into that. All right, now look. Before I get into this and I get to explaining this stuff, I get it. We still kind of early in the video. Um, I'm gonna bring up the levels real quick. So there's infant, there's kid, there's teen, there's adult, and then there's senior, aka old niggas. But I don't mean people. I'm just saying yo relationship with God there's levels to it. So when I say that, like how much you know, how big your faith is in Him, and how much you know what I'm saying, like how much you grow towards Him, how much you know like the Bible and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? And by the way, you could read this joint and bro, it's just basically like a study guide, bro. Like you taking a test right now, basically. And you know what I'm saying? You know how sometimes teachers will like you be taking tests and then they may be like low key, like give you an answer. That's what God do sometimes. They aka his signs. But to what DJ Ghost said, so it's not a repent or get away pass or whatever he said, like a get away with it free pass. That's not how it works. How it works is I don't get to, oh, I killed somebody, now I can, God please forgive me, I'm gonna go out and kill the next person, I'm gonna go out and kill the next person. I smoke weed, I'm gonna keep doing it, God forgive me, I'm gonna keep doing it, cause you know what I'm saying, cause now you taking advantage, you get what I'm saying. But how it works is you basically, you might do it and it might just be a addiction, you know what I'm saying? But you look at it, you know it's an addiction and you know it's wrong. But you know it's wrong because you know it's wrong in God's eye. A lot of folks know right from wrong, you know what I'm saying? So if I was to go and sin and I know it's wrong, my job as a human, I will never be perfect. I will never be Jesus Christ. I will never be that man. I will never be that man. Ever. I will never be perfect. No matter how much I try, I will always fall short. You know what I'm saying? But the whole thing about repentance and God forgiveness is God has mercy. Like his mercy is like there, like for real. But don't abuse his mercy. You can sin, but as long as you identify it and you try to do right, that's what he look at. He look at your heart. You know what I'm saying? He created you, so he know your mind before you even. He know things before you even think them. He know what you be thinking about. He know your deepest desires. He knows it because he created you. So if he can look in your heart and see that you trying to change, that's what he gonna forgive. But if you out here sinning and keep doing it over and over again, thinking that okay, well he gonna forgive me anyway, so I'm just gonna keep doing it. No, because it's like you not even trying to change. You taking advantage of my mercy. You know what I'm saying? You taking advantage of my grace. Then that's when he not gonna forgive you because you know it's bad, but you don't care because you think that you could just get away with it, and you not even trying to change. What he forgives is you trying to change. You know it's wrong in your heart, and you trying to change it. You know what I'm saying? But you do things to change it. Your actions speak louder than words.
Because people will tell you that God love you and he will never be mad at you, bro. He gonna forgive everything. I don't think that's the case. I don't
Man, why niggas slamming doors? What the fuck?
think he ain't really on no like. He not soft like that, bro. It's
He not. He ain't going for it. Majority, yeah, he not gonna go. He love you, but he ain't going for it. He ain't gonna let you just step all over him. He not. He not. So sometimes he'll put you through certain stuff. He love you, but he want to put you to certain stuff so that you get the message. You get what I'm saying? It's like if you grew up in a household like your parents ground you or they whoop you. They love you, but they gonna whoop you or they gonna ground you or do however they want to do it just so you can learn a single lesson. They know you probably gonna do it again, but you know what I'm saying? Like I said, but if you do it again, they gonna let you go out there and fuck it up. You know what I'm saying? They might come in and eventually help you. Be like, well, you see, that's why I told you not to do that. You know what I'm saying? So sometimes he'll put you in a certain situation so that you can learn because he love you that much.
fools in hell right now. You know what I'm saying? I bet you any kind of money, if hell exists and the people that's up in hell right now, they didn't ask for forgiveness before, and God was like, nope. And that's why they down there.
He said no because they know he knew that they didn't mean it. See, he know when you lying and you not lying. He know if you really mean I'm sorry, God. Besides, I'm sorry, God. Yeah, let me go do this. Hey, shorty. You know what I'm saying? He know that.
Why is there a hell if God forgives you for your sin, if he died for your sins? This is something I don't get. The reason I don't get is, another thing I don't get is why is there a divorce when it comes to marriage? Who made up divorce? Marriage should be forever. Shouldn't be no such thing as divorce. If it was up in the Bible that said if you get married, you gotta.
Make sure my joint's still working. Okay, cool. All right, now with the divorce thing, matter of
I
fact, I
don't
think
know,
you
bro.
keep
I
talking
just
about
don't
it.
rock with it. I just don't rock with it. Sex out of wedlock, having kids out of wedlock. Come on, man. The best people in the world was raised and created by single people, single parents. You know what I'm saying? I don't get it, man.
So, and then I'm gonna get into the whole divorce thing. Take a toxic relationship, right? You know how you can see the red flags? Sometimes you don't even ask to see the red flags, you just see it. That's God warning you. Like, usually, most of the time, God will warn you way before anything happens. He will warn you way before something happens. Sometimes some people just don't want to listen. Like, I advise y'all to go check out this one movie. I used to get it every time I went to Blockbuster. It's called The Prince of Egypt, and it's like Pharaoh. Like, it was Pharaoh and it was Moses. So God told Moses to tell Pharaoh to let his people go out of Egypt because Pharaoh had them captive as slaves. So he kept telling him like, bro, you need, like, God told me to tell you to let his people go. And Pharaoh would not listen. You know what I'm saying? So then this plague came through, like COVID came through, and it wiped out almost half of Egypt. You know what I'm saying? And it's all because he wouldn't listen. He saw the signs, and even after all of that, he still wouldn't listen. Even after all the signs, you know what I'm saying? It was like he's giving the man the signs, like, bro, if you just let my people go and you trust in me, you wouldn't have this problem. But he wouldn't listen. It took literally his son dying, I think. In the Prince of Egypt in the movie, that's how I know it. But it's the book and the movies, they be two completely different things. But um I think it's like Exodus in the Bible. So I advise y'all go read the Bible if y'all, you know what I'm saying. I'm not big of a reader, but you know the Bible in the movie. But anyways, so he told him to do that, and it finally took him losing his son for him to listen. That's how like some of these folks be with toxic relationships. Sometimes it takes them getting cheated on like 10 times, 100 times for them to finally listen. You know what I'm saying? But God love you so much, like he gonna keep giving you signs. Obviously, you ignoring them. You know what I'm saying? Then that's when divorce come into play and all of that other stuff. Because you wouldn't listen to the signs that God was showing you. You hardened your heart. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people, and I've been a victim of this. God was telling me to do something over and over again, and I straight up ignored the signs. I saw them, but I ignored them. I hardened my heart. And that's just how some people just rock, like for real. Like that's just how it be. Like some people just they see it, but they don't want to listen. You know what I'm saying? And usually, sometimes when guys like really showing you signs, like that probably mean he got something way better than you. You might like a thug, a thug, tall, dreadhead dude, or a tall white dude. But the one that you with now, he just too much. You know what I'm saying? God is showing him signs too on he need to change. He need to work on this and that. He probably not listening. He will get everybody a sign. He don't care, bro. He will give you signs after signs, bro. Straight up.
Weird, because that's what I
I
always
get it,
done.
but I
Even
just
though I
want to live my
wasn't
Bible out.
Christian, Catholic, or anything like that, I knew that doing bad things is not, it's a no-no. You know, you don't do that. But he explained to me that sin was actually twofold. The first thing is it's trusting yourself above the word of God. So trusting yourself more than God, that's what sin is. And number two, it was inheritance.
You know, I'm going to the stove every time I got to spark this.
Oh my God, Ghost.
I got a question
You
for
going
you.
to the store every time you
For the
spark it.
folks at home who don't know about campus yet, tell them how
That joint look itchy.
Trusting yourself more than God. How we know what God's saying? You trust yourself more than God. That's
Like I said, it's sometimes the circumstances you in. You get what I'm saying? Sometimes the circumstances you in. Take a gang member for example, right? If I'm living a gangster life and I know it's not right, he might send somebody to come tell me like, bro, you need to, leave that junk alone. Obviously, most of them probably not gonna listen. They, man, let me tell you about my past, this and that. You know what I'm saying? And it's countless of times like most of these folks then got shot and God didn't save them. You know what I'm saying? You know, if you still alive, he saved you. But you getting shot and you waking up in the hospital, that's him telling you, my God, like, yo, my nigga. He ain't say my nigga, but I'm saying how I would say it. Yo, like I'm trying to tell you, leave this life alone before it get worse. You keep doing it, eventually it's gonna catch up with you. You get what I'm saying? Like it's like if I go out and I shoot somebody, and eventually I turn away from that. If I turn away from the gangster life and I give my life to Christ, that's cool. But again, from my past, I am probably gonna get some type of get back. You know what I'm saying? God might protect you, but you gotta make up for your past mistakes. And it's called karma. You know what I'm saying? Some things happen to folks because of their past. That's not always the case. If I explain that right. Like I said, bro, like I say I'm a teenager in this. I think pastors can explain that way better than me. Like it's some people that y'all gotta go, you gotta look upwards. Like most of the elderly people that's really skilled in the Bible, they can explain some of this stuff more than me.
a sin. What else you got to say,
So
bro?
he
Or somebody like Johnny. Johnny could be a senior in his faith.
explained to me the analogy of you're Chinese, you didn't choose to be Chinese. You were
Right.
born that way. Your father was Chinese, his father was Chinese, etc. It was passed down. Likewise with sin, it wasn't that you did anything wrong, but your father, Adam was evil, he was sinful, and then it passed down to us. So we were born as sinners. And at that time, it really made sense to me because my son.
So if you're a born sinner, why is there a hell? This he said it makes sense to him, but it don't make sense to me, bro. Everybody want to say it's about. This is what I want y'all to answer in the comments. This is what I want y'all to answer, right? Listen, I'm about to give you two.
Before you get some examples, I know what he about to say. So when it comes to hell, hell was not originally created when God had made heaven and earth. That's why I said in the beginning God created heaven and earth. He did not make hell off the rip. He only made hell because go look up the story of Lucifer. It was this angel. His name was Lucifer. I'm gonna keep it kind of short. If y'all want, y'all can go check out like the story. It's a really, it's very, very interesting. Like I'm not even gonna lie, like that kind of got me. It got me wanting to look into it. I know a lot of this stuff sound like a story, but it's just certain things that's happening in my life where it's just like, dang, like God really answered my prayer. Like I'm like, am I tripping or? But I'm gonna say that for like if I make my testimony video, you know what I'm saying? I don't think my testimony fully done, but y'all want to make a video on that, just let me know. But um, so the story goes that Lucifer was God's number one angel. And I'm gonna put y'all down game too with some. I'm about to hit y'all with something. So God was the number one angel. He was literally God like right hand man. Um, and he was the most beautiful angel out of everybody. Like he was literally the most beautiful creation that God ever made. So Lucifer, aka known as Satan, the devil, he wanted to take God's position. He wanted what God had. He wanted to be God himself. So he got 1/3 of the angels that was in heaven, and a war broke out, and basically God created hell for Satan's punishment of trying to rebel against Satan. Now, that's originally what it was for. So then that's when Adam and Eve come into play. So I think it was like the snake and was tempting Eve to eat from the tree of life. And I think God told her not to eat from this tree. So Satan was tempting her, and eventually she ate. So then that's when sin came up to play. I think she got Adam to do it too. And that's when sin came into play. So he had to think of something to get sin out of play. So he sent Jesus in there to die on the cross for his sins. For everybody's sins, excuse me. So then that's what came up to play. You know what I'm saying? But I'm sorry, I'm trying to explain this stuff the best way I can. Sometimes me explaining this stuff kind of like people be like, what? But I'm trying to explain it the best way I can.
Two females in this situation, two old ladies in this situation, two regular females in this situation, okay?
But I advise y'all to go see the video, look up a video on the story of Satan and why he got cast out of hell and all of that.
First female.
And then after that, go look up Adam and Eve.
Single mom, 5 kids. She just got her check. She's back.
I'm sorry, say it one more time.
Single mom. Two regular females in this situation, okay? First female, single mom, 5 kids. She just got her check. She's back 3 months on rent, right? Somehow, her SSI check came in. She able to pay her rent because they was about to evict her and her 5 kids tomorrow, bro. Like, for real, they didn't give her notices. They didn't give her passes. We can let you stay 2 more weeks. We need that rent. She finally get the money for the rent, right? SSI check, $3,000. Her rent, $2,099. She got enough, bro. She take the check. She about to go to the bank and cash it. After her, my bad. She on her way to the bank to cash it. She get there. She cash it. After she cash it, she's on her way to the rental office to pay her rent. But on her way to the rental office, she lose the $3,000, right? Gone. Now she about to get evicted. She just got it. She been praying for it, yada yada. She got it. She cast it. She lost it. Now, when she
But the question is, how did she lose it?
lose it, the person that find it is a lady, right? We talking about the second lady, whose daughter is at the hospital on some John Q shit. They need a heart transplant. This baby is finna die in 4 hours. She need $3,000 because the heart transplant is $2,999. She down and out. She's sitting at the bus stop. Whoo, guess what blow past her? The lady check that she just cashed that got the 5 kids that she about to get evicted. The second lady finds the check. Oh my God, this is just enough to help my daughter get this heart transplant. Who get blessed in this situation? Who is God not rocking with in this situation, bro? That's what I'm saying. I don't get life. Is the lady blessed that found it? Or is God not rocking with the lady that lost it?
So with that, it's not that God not rocking with people in this situation. Some people are just not what's the word I'm looking for? In that situation, the lady was not being, what's the word I'm looking for? She wasn't being responsible. Cause how you lose that check? You get what I'm saying? Like if I had a $3,000 check, bro, I'm about to clutch onto this junk tight. But it's not that the fact that he's not rocking with the lady. Yeah, the lady that found the check, she found it and she got blessed. Now, what she do with that money, that's on her. You know what I'm saying? That if she want to go and try to find whoever lost his money, because that's a lot of money. So either you can go and see who lost his check, go through the ends of the earth to see who lost his check, and finally find the person and give it to him or her or whatever. You never know. You might you do that. God could bless you and give you the $3,000. He might even give you a plethora or more. Cause they say in the Bible, you give, you receive. So he could end up blessing her for that. But if he take her daughter away, it's just God's way of saying it was her time. That I don't think a lot of I get it. A lot of people be angry in that situation, like when God takes somebody away. But some of these folks, bro, these folks is not meant to live. You not meant to live forever. You get what I'm? You not meant to live forever. Yeah, like so and so just got took, but sometimes what it is, some of these folks dying, some of these people, like I said, put themselves in these situations. They set themselves up to die. So either sometimes this guy gonna take certain things so you can learn a lesson, and sometimes he wants you to learn the lesson before it's too late. You get what I'm saying? Cause if you keep making the same mistakes, then some natural. It's not him actually, man, get me this nigga, man. You know what I'm saying? That's not him actually doing that shit. Like him actually like, I bet you don't want to listen. I bet let me turn your car, let me break your wheels or break your brakes so your car can crash because I need you to come on. That's not how that works. He will send people to keep telling you, hey bro, you know you need to go get your brakes fixed. Hey bro, you need to go get your brakes fixed. Hey bro, you need to go get your brakes fixed. You not listening, that's gonna cost you. You not listening is gonna be the cost. And it just happened. You know what I'm saying? Now, like I said, now school shootings and all of that, sometimes, like I said, the devil works. You know what I'm saying? God gives people free will. He also gives the devil free will. But he gives the devil free will to test you. That's just what it is. Sometimes, yeah, sometimes people do dance with the devil, for sure. But some people just don't know better. You know what I'm saying? So you might have lived I could have came from the projects and I was living a gangster life, doing all the devil's been. I could have been a racist, spreading out hate. Oh, I don't like you because you this colored. I'm doing the devil's work. But it's sometimes because some people just don't know until somebody tells them like, hey, bro, like you shouldn't be doing so and so, so and so. Oh, why shouldn't I do it? Like, will you let me explain to you why you shouldn't do it? And that's your free will if you want to listen or not. If you don't listen, then you know what I'm saying? Whatever happens, that's on you. You had plenty of opportunities to get right, but you wouldn't listen. But back on the lady check, I mean, it depends on just how that situation works out. You get what I'm saying? It's not that God is not rocking with the lady who lost the check. You lost the check, and you gonna have to deal with the consequences because you wasn't responsible with your check. It's not that I don't rock with you, but you never know. God can come through and end up blessing her some other way. She might get evicted from this house, but you never know. You keep your faith in God. God can move mountains like crazy. You can get evicted and you never know. Somebody could come through and tip you $5,000 or something like that. It's crazy how he do the most craziest things at the most random times. It's crazy. Yeah, the girl that got the check, she cashed it in and she went to go save her daughter's life. But her daughter can end up dying, even though they did the surgery. It's just, you never know how God works. You know what I'm saying? You never know.
Y'all let me know, bro.
And, he was like 4 years old at the
Because
time.
that lady could get the $3,000 check and she still could come next time the rent come around. She could not have the $3,000. You know what I'm saying?
And
So is she really blessed in that situation?
I always taught him well, hey, don't follow the way that daddy went, like be good, respect your elders, etc., etc. Never taught him how to lie, steal, or do anything like that. But at the age of 4, he loved eating gummy bears. And I remember like he would always want gummy bears. If he could just live off of gummy bears, he would do it. But with the veggies, I told him you have to eat veggies first and then you can eat some gummy bears. But I would see him trying to hide the veggies, trying to take it to the little potty and throwing it in there. And, who taught him that, And he even got to a point where he would steal the gummy bears. He would scoot the little stool over, climb on top, reach at the top of the cabinet, pull out the gummy bears. And I caught him red-handed. I'm like, what are you doing one day? And he was like, nothing, Dad, nothing, So who taught him that? I never taught him any of that evil stuff, but it was part of him. And it was something that was actually normal for him.
Is he talking I walked out, but is he trying to say his kid is a born sinner too and he was...
For kids to rebel. And then he used the analogy of an apple tree, which really put it in perspective. He said, when you look at the seeds...
Oh, by the way, I forgot to tell y'all. So also there's such thing as generational curses. Like, and generational curses is usually, like if your grandfather was a drinker and your dad was a drinker, you could possibly have that seed sown into you off the rip or when you born. But sometimes God will put a thought in your head like, damn, I really shouldn't be doing this. But that's usually, I think it's like what it is chosen ones. I think like he'll really like if you're chosen by God, which I still don't know how that works. So I wouldn't be able to tell y'all. Um, so do the research on that. But um, sometimes he chooses some people to break the generation curses. He probably has kept trying to tell your grandpa or your father or whatever, but they didn't listen. So they didn't listen, and it was a time to go.
of an apple.
So now he's pointing to you to make the change.
Where are the apples? But if you plant it, as it grows, it'll only produce apples. No matter how hard it tries, it cannot produce oranges or mangoes. Likewise, when you look at a baby, where's the sin? It's very cute, it's
From
loving,
Adam.
but as it grows, as it matures, all you see is sin. They start to, lie, they start to cheat, steal, they can even murder, And so when I saw that...
I don't think that's a sin. I think that's just part of being a human, bro. That's part of being a human. Like, we do that we want to do. You can call it a sin or not, but if I'm attracted to women, I'm going to have sex with both of them, bro. If I ain't got the money and my kids can't eat, I'm going to steal this food. Like, this is just a part of being human. I promise y'all, God and laws to me come hand in hand. You steal, you go to jail. You steal, you go to hell. You kill, you go to jail. You kill, you go to... It keeps the world straight. Imagine this world without God and laws. Bro, it'd be like the purge out here. We wouldn't
Some
have no
people want to
cars. We
be
wouldn't have no
alive.
clothes, bro. Everybody be trying to break in your house right now. You look out the window, there be smoke on this block, a fire on this block, people shooting down the street. God and laws is good for the world, bro. That's what I feel. I, I know a lot of y'all real religious ghosts, you tripping. I'm just telling y'all me. I'm just telling y'all me.
That it really made
He do got a point. You know what I'm saying? You off the rip, you gonna judge somebody. You know what I'm saying? That's just how humans are. Yes, but that's what this junk right here is for. It talks about all of that stuff. It's a big book for sure. I ain't gonna lie. It's heck of words up in here. I ain't gonna lie. God damn. Yes, that is true. Off the rip, obviously you gonna be like that for most people. Like whatever it is, whether you got a problem judging people, whether you got a problem having sex, looking at women lustfully. Yes, but like I said, he just wants you to try at least. If you know it's wrong and you know in your heart it's wrong and you really badly want to change it and you really trying to change it, that's what he's trying to get at with you. You know what I'm saying? Obviously, I'm human. I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna lie. You know what I'm saying? That's just being human, yes, for sure. But it's like you gotta know right from wrong. You know what I'm saying? Like that's all I'm saying.
a lot of sense to me as a person, and I was able.
Like if I got an anger problem, why you think they made anger management classes? So you don't continue to go down a destructive path. You gonna get angry for sure, but they want you to dense it down or try to control it. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be time for you get mad, yes. But they don't want you to get so angry where it consumes you. You get what I'm saying? Like some people don't know how to control it. This book, like the Bible, it's a self-control book. You know what I'm saying? That's Jesus, like basically just telling you how to be better at self-control. Yes, you gonna have blow-ups. Yes, you might spring on a nigga. Yeah, you might fuck two bitches at the same time for sure. But do you know it's wrong though? Cause when you know it's wrong, shit, and you ain't doing nothing to change it, shit. Uh, Look, what happens within that room with you and God, that's on you and him. They ain't got nothing to do with me. He saw that I was trying to change. He saw that I knew it was wrong and I was trying to change. I'm not saying me in particular, but bro, that's the whole thing, bro. He wants you to identify it, see that you have a problem with it, and try to change. Bring it to him. Hey God, I ain't gonna lie, like I have a real bad problem with uh uh crashing out on people. Help me do it. You know what I'm saying? He might put you in a situation where somebody start talking that shit. How you gonna handle it though? Obviously now if he keep going on, going on, going on, you know what I'm saying? But if you keep practicing, 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 you gonna become a pro at it. And hey, bitch ass nigga, hey man, you's a bitch. He ain't talking about nothing. I don't care. He called me a bitch, whatever, bro. So I'm not finna react. What am I gonna spring on him for? Cause guess what? If this nigga called me a bitch and I was so crazy, just pull out my gun, boom, I'm shooting him. I shot him. I killed that nigga dead, straight up. What's gonna happen? I ain't solved nothing but me going to jail, bro. Now I'm sitting in the cell 4 walls. I can't see my family, bro. That's what I'm saying. You lucky that his homeboy didn't pull out a gun and shoot your ass. Straight up. That's God having showing mercy on you right there. Straight up. That's God showing mercy on you. Cause his homie didn't do no crazy, or his homie wasn't with him to pull out his 9. You lucky. You lucky that you sitting in 4 walls and you still alive. Some people don't even want to be sitting there. Some people rather die than go back to jail. Yes. But shoot, you sitting in them walls is God trying to teach you a lesson. Like you should have listened to me when I said control your anger. Now look where you at. I'm still with you though. And we gonna get through this.
Able to see that,
Damn,
oh,
that's so
we're
good
just
as
being
hell.
normal. It's not that I did bad things and then I became a sinner. No, I was born flawed. I was born imperfect. And he had mentioned, you're an imperfect person trying to produce
Born
perfect
sinner.
results. Of course you're going to fall short. So that's why I had emptiness and depression and loneliness inside of my heart, because he was showing me that it wasn't these surface level things, but it was at the core of the heart, because everything is rooted in the heart, right? Everything came from the center.
Pastor did his job. He turned
I was
this shit.
trying to basically put a band-aid, like,
He
oh, I
turned
had
them.
anger, so I take anger management. No, if you peel back the layers of an onion, you'll realize that you'll get to the root of it, which was sin produces everything.
Everything this nigga had going on with his life, that was a sin. The pastor had an analogy for it. And he made him get the picture. He made him get the picture. Said, I be trying to get my son, bro. You give him analogies. It work. You can't, hey, bro, stop being bad and just go finish doing your thing. Now you get bad, it get worse. You get badder. When you get badder, you can go to jail, son. You can get smoked for this. You can get, you know what I'm saying? Gotta give him analogies for it.
And I started to realize, oh, I was looking at it from a wrong perspective. So he said, it's okay, you know, and then he used the analogy of like a car. And he was saying that there's a braking system in the car and it must overcome the accelerator. Otherwise, you know, if the accelerator overcomes the brake.
Different strokes for different folks. Bro knew how to get to him. His mama.
That's why I'm saying, bro, God will send certain people in your life to get to you. But it's your decision if you want to listen or not. You don't think that God knew that motherfuckers was going to be like, oh, I don't believe in God. I can't even see him. I can't even hear his voice. He knew that shit. That's why he give you free will. He don't, bro. Obviously, there's different religions. God don't give a flying fuck. He still love you at the end of the day. He gonna be right there knocking on your door until your deathbed. You get what I'm saying? He gonna be standing there right with you, firm as hell. He don't care. You could be a Muslim. I don't know Jesus. I don't never want to know Jesus. But he gonna keep sending motherfuckers in there. You might see a motherfucker on the street preaching the gospel. Or a motherfucker come up to you and ask you, hey, do you know Jesus Christ? No, I don't know Jesus Christ. I don't know who the fuck that. I know who he is, but I believe in Allah. That's fine. That's what they supposed to tell you. That's fine. That's okay. I understand. Well, here, let me give you this pamphlet, and if you ever decide that you want to learn about him, you know what I'm saying? If you decide to take that pamphlet, you know what I'm saying? God gonna be looking down on you with a smile. You decide to read that pamphlet, he gonna be looking down at you with a smile. Even if you decide to turn away and not take that pamphlet, it's okay. He ain't mad at you. He not mad at you. He a little upset. He like, dang, he don't want to learn. But let me keep sending people in his life. He keeps sending. I advise y'all to also go check this out. Not to bash no Muslims or any other religion, but look at people's almost died experience in the afterlife experience. Go look at that. Go look at that. And I got friends that are Muslims for sure, and I respect them. I respect their religion, but I've looked up, like, I seen Muslims. I looked up a Muslim died and they afterlife experience. Why is it every time I look that joint up, it always say they saw Jesus? So I advise y'all go watch that. You know what I'm saying? Go watch that. Go watch people's testimonies of what they saw. Some of them folks might even say they seen hell. I advise y'all go watch that video too. It's extremely scary. No cap. It's extremely scary. But it's gonna get you on the right track. Or it's gonna try to get you on the right track. But that's if you want to listen to it or not. That's if you believe in it or not. It's your choice if you want to believe. But I'm not trying to scare none of y'all away. I'm not trying to force none of this. This is all on y'all. I'm making this video for the people who want to understand. I'm trying to explain to people the best way that I can. I'm either a kid or I'm a teenager in my faith with God. I know stuff. I'm trying to, bro. I won't, bro. Look, I'm not gonna lie to y'all right now. If I was to die and stand before God, I feel as though I would have a first class ticket flight straight to hell, straight up. And I'm gonna tell y'all why. I'm dealing with stuff in my life that I know that is bad, I want to change, but my actions is not showing it. They not showing it at all. And I know that it's bad. And I can't, the amount of people that's come into my life and told me right from wrong, if I was to stand before God, I have no excuse. I have none. I have no excuse for that, man. I have no excuse. I'm not even gonna lie to y'all. None whatsoever. I told y'all I try. You can try. That's how the repentance thing works. You see what it is that's wrong. I got part of it. Yeah, I see that it's wrong, but I keep doing it over and over again. That's why some people are in hell. Yes, they repented. They see that it's wrong, but they want to keep doing it over and over again. They want to abuse God's mercy, take advantage of that. And it happens. You know, some people do that. Does it make it okay? No, it don't.
Mind you, he said
But ever since I was a little kid, even when I was like, yeah, that stuff was cringy and stuff like that, I've always wanted people to go to heaven. I don't wish hell on my worst enemy. I promise you, ever since I was a little boy, I promise, and may gosh, I promise you, if the Lord know I'm telling the truth when I say this. I've always wanted people to go to heaven. I've never wanted people to go to hell. I've always wanted people to meet the Lord and their Lord and Savior. I've always wanted that. Even if that mean me going to hell because I'm dealing with my certain sin, I still want to. Every time I tell my friends, I always tell my friends, you got questions, come ask me. I will answer them the best way I can. Because I don't want you to go to that place. Because once you down there for eternity. Straight up. I'm keeping it 1,000 with y'all, bruh.
he dropped his mama off at church. His mama is deeply in the church. His mama told that pastor about everything her son going through. How he been in jail, how he a gangbanger and all this. She like, I'm gonna get him up here one time. Please just talk. I'm telling you. You go to a church, bro. The pastor don't talk to you directly if it's your first time. You know what I'm saying? He got too many people up in there to tend to. He specifically made a mission to tell. He knew Johnny was coming up there, bro. I promise you. He said, hey, just come in and get some food real quick. Captain.
We will
Got
crash,
it.
right?
Yes, that is how it works. Maybe somebody might tell him, like, hey, my son going through this, going through that. Yeah, but they know how to pick it apart. They know exactly how to guide this man to Christ. It's not a bad thing, but he just trying to guide the man to God. You know what I'm saying? Now, there are some people I don't know how to this day. These are the senior niggas. These are the niggas that are seniors. And yes, I do curse for sure. But I'm not trying to come on this bitch try to explain to y'all I'm perfect. I'm trying to explain to y'all everything. Like the stuff that I know the best way I can. This dog don't shut the fuck up. Anyways, some people actually can, not audibly, but they can just, I don't know what it is, but it's like some people know when God tell them what to do. They know word for word what God said. I know this because I don't know how this lady knew this, but some lady came up to me one time I was at Walmart and she told me a certain thing. I'm not gonna repeat it on camera. I know there's gonna be some people that be like, man, that shit ain't happened. He ain't even gonna tell us what happened. But this lady, I remember I went up to this lady, and I intentionally went up to this lady to go help her. I don't know if y'all saw the video, but I told people like I used to help. Actually, no, I didn't release that video, but I used to work at Walmart. I used to be a cart pusher. So anytime like people would like need help with their groceries, I would offer a hand to load it in their bag. Sometimes I do it out of kindness of my heart, but majority of the time I do it for like a little tip. You know what I'm saying? That's just me just working my little, you know what I'm saying, my hustle. You know what I'm saying? That's just the way I knew how to hustle. So I remember I went up to this lady. It was like I think it was 9 o'clock. I went up to her and she told me something about my friends. She told me something about two of my friends. Well, she wasn't talking about the people that I was with, but she told me some stuff. And I was like, I thought about that. And this was random. So over the years, I say probably like over the years, God revealed to me like what that lady had actually said, because I actually, the stuff that she told me, I started seeing signs. Real talk, like signs, like what that lady told me was matching up to what she said. And it was crazy to me, bro. Like, it's crazy.
Right? No one would drive that car, even if it was a Ferrari, because it has no brakes. Likewise, we are people who need to have self-control. If we don't have self-control and our desires are like the accelerator, if it keeps going, I want to do drugs, I want to make money, then if you don't manage that, you'll crash out in life.
That's why I was just telling y'all. He gonna give you certain options and certain things. He gonna point you to certain directions that can help you. You know what I'm saying? He gonna point you to certain things that can heal you. That's him basically healing you. Hey, go to anger management classes. Oh, you've been traumatized, to go to therapy. I want you to go to therapy. You know what I'm saying? He gonna keep telling you. He gonna keep pointing. He might send somebody to come tell you, or you might just feel it in your heart. Man, I need to go to therapy, man. I'm fucked up in the head about this certain thing, or I need to stop. You know what I'm saying? He gonna keep pointing you, bro, cause he wants you to have self control.
And you'll
Maybe
live
he might deliver a message. Maybe he might even talk to you through music.
miserably. And when he was saying these things, it was hitting me in the core of my heart. Like, wow, this guy knows me, but I just met him. I really didn't understand how he knew me through and through. You know?
Good.
And
good.
at that time, he said, you're a person because you were born flawed, imperfect, in sin. You don't have the capability to stop yourself. And so you need something else to help you. And in that case, he said, that's where I come in as a pastor. He said, I am your braking system, right? So at that time, he had asked.
Pastors believe that they are God messengers, that they are God's senders. Therefore, their whole mission is to turn everybody that they can. That's why I don't know what religion he is, but that's.
By the way, a lot of y'all don't know this, but if there are pastors out there, yes, that's their job. Yes, they are to preach and guide people in what God is teaching them. So if a pastor was to do some crazy stuff behind the scenes, yo, I can't remember where I heard it, but I did hear like they get it the worst. Usually what it is like, if you a Christian and you know better, actually in hell I heard the flames rise higher and the torment is worse for people who were actually Christians, because they knew better, so they gonna 9 times out of 10 get it the worst. And that's what scares me.
That's why you got Jehovah's Witnesses knocking on your door early Saturday mornings. Like, they feel like if you know about God, your mission is to tell the next person, or you're not representing him right. You have to tell the next person. You know what I'm saying? Religion is something, it's wild to me.
Ask me.
I just don't get how, like you said, the Buddhism, and you got all these different religions, but it's only one God. If y'all look it up right now, it's over 100 religions out there, and it's only one God. So that means 99 of them doing it wrong. Not even lying, bro. God worrying about one thing, right? But y'all get on people like me and a lot of people that don't understand or really believe, but y'all don't get on these different religions that live by different things. Some of them call them Jehovah, God. They call their churches different, like Church or Kingdom Hall. Then you got some churches that pass around collection plates. A lot of different religions that tell you God don't need no money. You know what I'm saying? It's just so confusing to me, bro. It's like they gang banging. If you talk to one religion, they'll tell you that this religion doing it wrong. If you talk to another one, they'll tell you like, no, they lying, they doing it wrong. It's fucking, it messes my head up, bro. It do. So I don't even, you know what I'm saying? As soon as you decide, as soon as if I was to come out right now.
Hi, I'm Will with R&R Tire Express, and I'm here to tell you about our Everyone's Approved.
Good to know, Will.
And say, yeah, I done did my research on the practice, on the religion. I decided to be a Muslim. I get comments, bro, you tripping.
let me speak on that, bro. If you are a Christian and you bashing these folks, bro, you ain't doing nothing but steering folks away from God. If a person decides they want to be a Muslim, let God do his work and guide them folks back home. But if that's what they, like I said, he gave them free will. You is not supposed to go out here and, man, throw the book at that. No, bro, because all you doing is going and you scaring them, bro. Like, that's like a parent, bro, if you constantly, if a parent constantly tell you not to do something, of course that little nigga, bro, of course that little nigga's gonna eventually rebel, bro. All you doing, bro, people need to stop trying to force religion. I know some people gonna be in here talking about something, but aren't you doing? No, I just told you if you was listening, I'm doing this for the people who want to learn. If you want to learn, that's one thing. If you don't, that's cool. You ain't gotta watch the video, bro. But it's for people to know. I mean, excuse me. Y'all need to stop forcing a religion on people because all you doing is scaring people. You scaring them away from God. You doing the exact opposite. That fucking kid running out the street. Anyways, all you doing is scaring the kids or scaring people away from God. Let God keep trying to knock at the door. If they don't want to ever open that door or learn about them, can't do nothing for them, bro. You can't do nothing for them. Okay? You can't. They don't want to listen. That's on them. That's the unforgivable sin. If motherfuckers be, I think, actually, no, I'm not gonna, I don't know how to explain the unforgivable sin, but I know it's blasphemy against the Holy Spirit. I'm not fully in tune on understanding that one. And I don't want to say nothing that's gonna like, that's not the right definition. I think is I think is when you reject the gospel or something like that. It's something like that, but I don't fully understand how that works, so I'm not going to even talk about that because I don't want to say the wrong thing and then people don't understand.
You been like this the whole time you decided to be Muslim? As soon as I say, yeah, I did my practice, whoa, I decided to be Christian. In the comments, bro, you tripping. Christians don't whoopty whoop whoop. I got no time for that, bro. I don't. I ain't got no time for that.
This one question, and he said, "How is your relationship with your father?"
That's another thing. People would say, well, Christians, you a Christian? Oh, you not supposed to do that. But like I said, it's just people's natural instinct to judge. Yes, for sure. You going to see Christians bashing other Christians. You a Christian? And you got tattoos all, lady, that's not, or sir, that's not for you to comment about. Yeah, you could teach me about so and so. Matter of fact, I prefer you don't even tell nobody straight up, cause it's slick being passive aggressive. Let them read the Bible. You know what I'm saying? Or I don't know. You could tell them like, well, if you ever want, you can read the Bible on what it says about tattoos, but that's if you want to. That's a more respectful way of going about it.
He said, "It's horrible."
Not you shouldn't be getting no tattoos. God gonna punish you, this and that. Like bro. Now you make me not even want to pick up the Bible in the freaking first place, bro. Now you make me not even, cause like, bro, if I already got these tattoos, now I feel like he not even gonna want to fuck with me, bro. Instead of being respectful and tell these folks straight up, like, hey, like, if you ever want to learn about certain things, I could teach you. You know what I'm saying? If you want to learn about the tattoos and about, I could tell you in a respectful manner, respectfully.
Horrible. I honestly hate him. I feel like the reason why I joined a gang, the reason why I was angry, the reason I was so like violent was because of my father. But he had mentioned, okay, so listen to me very carefully. He said, when you meet your father, I want you to apologize to him. And I was like, what? Excuse my language, but I was like, fuck that, honestly, because I didn't ask to be born.
Pride is a motherfucker. I ain't gonna lie. Pride is a motherfucker. Especially if somebody, I still struggle with that to this day. I ain't gonna lie. I think everybody struggle with pride. Every motherfucker on this earth, damn near, I say 90% of people Probably higher than that, probably 94%. Maybe even more than that. Struggle with pride.
He had a responsibility to take care of me. But when I was born, he beat me and he wasn't there for me. And I felt like just so angry when he.
Like if a motherfucker do you wrong, man, fool, you don't want to forget that motherfucker. Like if he don't like you don't. Somebody can do the worst of the worst to you. Don't know a God. I pray that heaven forbid, for sure. But believe it or not, Jesus wants you to forget that person. He do. He truly do. He is love. He don't. You know what I'm saying? Obviously, he did what he did, but let God handle him. Cause God, I promise you, God is going to do what he gonna do. If you take from somebody, if you take from God's children, best believe he coming for you, bruh. He gonna get you. He gonna get you. He love you, but he gonna get you. Like I said, he wants you to learn a lesson. It's just how it is, bruh. That's just how he operate. I'm not trying to scare nobody, but that's just how you do something. You ever heard of karma? Best believe you do something bad to somebody. Best believe it's gonna come back on you. It's gonna come back. Maybe it might even come back tenfold, way worse than what you did to that person.
He asked me to apologize to him. And you know what he said was, he said, Johnny, you're right. But because you're right, that he beat you and you didn't have a good childhood.
I mean, you understand
you're
now.
also miserable. And that hit me, really deeply. You're miserable because when you go outside and you see fathers who do respect their children, who did raise them well, you feel that pain. And he said, why do people argue? Why do people fight? Why is there no peace? Because two people are right.
It will never be.
You're right, peace. I'm wrong, the other party thinks no.
I'm sorry, y'all. Hold on, I gotta call my dad back. Alright, my bad, y'all. My conscience was bothering me.
I'm right, you're wrong, right? And then they start to fight, and then there's no peace. But when one person becomes wrong, he says, then everything drops, and then they can start to heal. Peace starts to come in, and they're able to grow. So he said, even though you don't understand it, I ask that you accept what I'm saying and just move forward. So at that time, I put down everything I felt, and I trust.
He trying to raise this nigga in one session. He telling Johnny, look, he gave this for a whole sermon. And like, I just came to drop my mama off, bro. It all started with dropping her off. Then come in to eat. Then can I talk to you for a minute? And then...
Hey, bro, come into my office. Let me talk to you for a second.
And then you get here. Johnny respect, bro, though. You know what I'm saying? Some people that you respect off rip, and that's one of them. Johnny respect him off rip.
Trusted this man, right? And I was like, okay, I'm not gonna trust myself. Let me see what he says, and let me just try it out. What's the harm in trying it out? So I call my father, and it's such an awkward phone call. I haven't talked to him for...
The biggest surprise about Japan is honestly...
Hang on. I'm not finished with my intro. If you're...
years. And I say, hey, Dad, it's Johnny. He's like, who? Like, it's your son. He's like, oh. And the first thing out of his mouth, I remember vividly, was...
Johnny better than me, bro. Johnny better than me. My pops got life in prison, right? It's just how I'm
respectfully, goes my bad. I skipped over it. Respectfully, bro.
I'm not a cry. I'm not for the cry, bro.
Don't worry. I'm put your link in the description for them to go check out this video. Y'all gotta go check out DJ Ghost. They might actually like that. That nigga funny as hell. I saw that story time. He said,
I'm not off no physical pain. I'm sorry. When y'all be seeing these movies and hear how people get with the they put a little these white people socking them in the face was crazy to me. Lawsuit.
Sorry.
No need to be sorry, big
I'm
bro.
sorry that I wasn't there for you, that I didn't help, and I didn't live up to your standards. And then my father actually
started crying.
He started crying. Mm-hmm. He said, no, I'm sorry. I'm sorry that I was a bad father. I'm sorry I didn't give you a good childhood, and I'm sorry I couldn't control my drinking, and that you had to suffer because of that.
Addiction is real.
You know?
That's why I keep on saying, when I say addiction is real, I don't think I'm better than it. I don't think I'm better than nobody. I tell y'all that a million times over and over. I got an addictive personality. If I like it, I'm on it. You know what I'm saying? When it comes to clothes, if I like it, I'm gonna get a lot of it. When it comes to jewelry, if I like it, I'm gonna get a lot of it. I start boxing, I love it. I can't stop. I'm addicted to it. Same way with the trees, bro. With that being said, the reason why I ain't tried no hard drugs like no coke or nothing else, I don't feel like I'm better than nobody. If I did, y'all wouldn't have had DJ Ghost. He wouldn't have existed. I would have been a crackhead. That's all I would have wanted. I promise y'all. I've been hearing at the highest, immaculate, bro. It's one of the best 15 minutes of your life. I like to have a good time. I love to feel good. But I see what that do to people. I'm not trying that, and I know how I am. I will be a crackhead, bro. I'm not lying to y'all. I will be on that day and night to keep on chasing it because I love to feel good. I love a good feeling.
AKA, that's where sin comes into place. A lot of people deal with sins that. Okay, some people deal with some sins that they know it feels so good to the point it's kind of hard to let it go. Like, it take people praying over you. Like, I'm talking about praying over you so you can change. Straight up. That literally, that's what it take for you to change. Because the addiction is just so strong. Is them demons, like, don't you know, like, when you leave a certain sin alone, like, and you go back to it, aka going back to your vomit, you know, 7 other demons stronger than the one that just left you come back. Straight up, like, I'm not even gonna lie, like, these motherfucking demons is strong, bro. They even come in your dreams, bro.
His pops was addicted to alcohol. And when you addicted to something, that comes over everything you own and you love, bro. It becomes #1 priority. Look up addiction. That's why you can't really clown addicts like that. You can't.
That is facts. That is so facts. It's #1. You don't give a fuck. You want that thing right there.
Really look up the word addiction, bro. That's why I never touched it. I never touched it.
20 years of pain, anger, frustration. It was crushed. We hugged it out. And now we have a great relationship.
Due to the pastor. When I said that about pastors and God, mind you, it's nothing wrong with it.
At Extreme Experience, we believe the world's most exciting cars should be accessible to you. That's why we...
That's just how it was, bro. It wasn't no, his pastor was his big homie. And he didn't find no, God looked out for me. Thank God. Well, where was bro the last 20 years? You can't lusting over other women when you married. Or you or whatever, you would laugh at it. Let's keep it 100.
Hold on, let me get to that.
Thought that shit was cool.
Cause I ain't gonna lie, he said something.
You see it at school. Go to my cousin's house, they do it. Go to my auntie house, they doing it. That's just how it was, bro. It wasn't no, his pastor was his big homie. And he didn't find no big homie till he became an adult. Today, nobody can big homie me. When it comes to YouTube, when it comes to entertaining, I'm open to a mentor, you know what I'm saying? But that boat itself for me ever in my life having a big homie, bro. Ever.
Coke, it wasn't that I did anything myself. I didn't even want the help. You know, a lot of people were on Skid Row and they talk about homelessness. Oh, the problem is homelessness. Well, if you peel that back, it could be mental issues, mental health. If you peel that back, it could be, you know, drugs and whatnot. But the truth is, it's at the core of the heart.
Just lost his family.
I believe it's sin. And if you don't get rid of that aspect, then that begets everything else. It produces everything else. So I liken it to like the analogy of cancer. Say I have cancer.
See, I don't like that how he's saying the pastor, well, the root of it is sin. You're going to sin the rest of your life even when you don't want to, bro. I promise you. You can be all about God, but if you see somebody that's dressed stupid or whatever, you will laugh.
It wasn't that I did anything myself. I didn't even know that begets everything.
Like, I don't get
My bad.
hack or smoking weed is a sin. That's probably like, oh God. But if you see somebody that's dressed stupid or what,
I personally have came to terms to believe in what he just said. Yes, like it don't matter. Like you gonna sin, but to whatever your biggest sin is that you know that's bad, that does not mean that you all like you forever in your the rest of your life you gonna be addicted to that and you gonna keep going back to that. That's not what I mean. I mean as in yes you gonna lie. Yes sometimes you might go or like let me say it like this. You might be single and you might want to go hook up with a girl. Yeah, you told God you're not gonna do that. Never promise something to God because majority of y'all cannot keep it. Actually, everybody cannot keep they promise. Majority, I'm gonna say majority. I ain't gonna say everybody, but majority of people cannot keep their promise to God. They cannot. I promised some stuff and I did not keep it worth the lick. I don't even think I kept it within 10 minutes. No cap. No cap. But it's just you it's gonna be temptation all over the place, like straight up. You always gonna fall short of the Lord, but it's just being a human. It's just like I said, if you ID it, that's what matters, bro. Is you IDing it.
whatever, you would laugh at it. Let's keep it 100.
I ain't gonna lie. He said somebody fell. I ain't gonna lie. I would laugh. I would be lying if I say I wouldn't, but I would.
If you see somebody that did something like trip and fell when they was running to the bus stop, a lady that's probably like 55 years old, over rest, she trying to run and she fall, you laughing at it. Let's be 100.
I
You see a
would look. I would laugh, but I would definitely help her, bro. Like it's just being honest. Like I would help her, bro.
female you like and you end up having sex with her, that's a sin. Talking about people is a sin. Smoking weed is a sin. Swearing, meaning cussing, that's
If you trying to be better at it and you actually working towards it and God sees that, I think that is what matters, bro. That's what matters. Is you identify your sin and you try to turn away from it, bro.
a sin, bro. Drinking alcohol is a sin. Getting tattoos on your body is a sin. Like, I don't get, if you peel back the layers, it's cause you've been sinning. That's why that's everybody. That's everybody. That word sin is a religious word. That's why I don't rock with it, bro. It's just, you're a sinner. You basically you're a bad person since you was born. That's what they want to say.
But I can understand. I feel like what he putting down is he feels like damn near everything you do, everything in life is pretty much a sin. I feel like that's what he's kind of implying.
Or that's what he's saying the pastor trying to say. But it's no way you can get rid of that. The pastor, I promise you, dissent 100 times before this interview aired. I mean, since this interview aired, or before. You can't shake a sin, bro. You can't. Lusting over other women when you married. Are you serious? I'm a man. I don't care if I've been married to the same woman for 1 year or 15 years. If a woman walk by with the body I like and she's naked, I'm looking.
Like most guys.
Probably get a little aroused. That's men. But in the Bible, that's lusted. You're not supposed to think like that. You have a wife. No.
But if you know and you did it and you repent, God, I'm sorry. You know what I'm saying? He gonna forgive you for sure. But if you keep making it a habit and say, man, I know God told me, fuck it, I'm gonna keep doing it. That's where the problem comes into play.
I didn't even know I looked. I'm a man. I automatically looks. It's a naked woman right here, bro. I don't get it.
Now, if it's an accident, obviously he gonna see it. He gonna know it's an accident.
And if I'm losing my hair and if I'm losing weight, well, if I put a wig on and I just eat and fatten up, it doesn't get rid of the cancer. So likewise, we have to get to the core of the issue. And the core of this issue right now is people's hearts. Their self-worth is completely gone. When the pastor planted hope inside of my heart, it casted everything out. He never said, don't do this, stop doing drugs, stop gaming. He never told me that. He didn't give me a dime. You know, what he gave was hope inside of my heart. And when that happened, we naturally dropped everything else that was hopeless. I clinged on to drugs because I thought that that was my hope. I clinged on to my gang because that was my hope at the time. But when God showed me another perspective, he talked
about the pastor
God.
now.
You know, he talked about Jesus, and he said, why do you think that
people, God showed me this, God did that, God did this. I've been homeless before. And tell me this. If y'all right now, right? You've been homeless on the corner for 20 years. Listen to me. Putting in job applications, trying to get you an apartment, nothing worked. You just got you an income tax check. It's gone. You just hit the lottery. Somebody stole all your money. You've been living under the bridge, under the freeway for 20 years. On your 21st year, you get an apartment. Is that God? God looked out for me. Thank God. Well, where was bro the last 20 years? I think people give God too much credit, bro. That wasn't God.
See, that's not, bro. If you got air in your lungs, you need to be giving God credit every single day, my nigga. If you able to walk, give God credit. If you able to have kids, give God credit. Because like I said, at any time he could take all that shit away from you, bro. He really could. If he wanted to, he could real talk take whatever. He could take that shit away. Sometimes, yes, things take longer, but it's something he trying to get you to understand in that wait and that longing. You get what I'm saying? Never take this for granted and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? I know he ain't just, bro. In the Bible, it says God will never leave you nor forsake you. If you was homeless for 20 years, if people was giving you money, I don't care if it was $1. That's God looking out for you. If he straight up didn't look out for you, nobody would give you not a dime, bro. What the fuck? Oh, you wouldn't make a dime, bro. You would have been starved. You would have been dead, bro. If you not out there hustling, how can I help you if you not doing nothing for me to help you? How can I help you if you not putting no works? Faith without works is dead, bro. 20 years of being homeless. If people was giving you cash every day, and you was able to get you at least something to eat for that day, God had you, bro. He was looking out for you. You get what I'm saying? He was looking out for you. He was. He's not a genie, bro. God don't just give you something just because. Hey, God, I want a car. You gotta work for that car. You gotta get God something, faith or something. He not just a genie. I want $1 million. Boom, there go $1 million. Go look in your closet. There go the meal. What the fuck? That's not how that shit work. That's not how it works. Sometimes shit just work on his timing. Your timing don't always match up with his timing. So then that's when people start losing faith. Like, damn, he ain't doing it. He's still not doing it. He ain't gonna do it. He ain't gonna do it. He ain't gonna do it. It's been 20 years, bro. But finally, something come around. You know what I'm saying? Something come around, bro.
You just got approved. You know what I'm saying? They had a unit open. Somebody quit their job last night, and they was like, "What's up with old boy that come up here all the time?"
But the thing is with that, God could have been telling that person, hey, I need you to quit your job. I need you to move. I'm telling you, he work in ways that some people, it's not for you to know in his ways that he gonna operate. It's not for you to know his every steps on how he gonna take for you to know how the outcome is gonna come out. He just wants you to trust him. Cause while he blessing that person that just moved in, he also blessing the person that he told to, I need you to quit your job. I need you to move over here. He can be in multiple places at once, which blow my mind. But I want another thing. I want people to understand. If you could understand everything if you really knew everything about God, who created God, all of this, and all his ways he worked, would he really be a God worth worshiping? Be honest. If I was living this perfect life, I had all the girls in the world, if I had all the money in the world, all the big houses, everything in this world, bro, do you think I would, bro? I wish a motherfucker would come up to me talk about something, bro. Hey, you know, bro, I know how that man was created. What the fuck you telling me for? Cause then at that point, I feel like I'm on his level. I know who created him. I know where he came from. I got all the things. I'm healthy. I live forever. Like what? You get what I'm saying? Like, why would that be a God worth worshiping? If I know every single thing, if I got every single thing, you get what I'm saying? Like, why the hell would I worship somebody and I know pretty much everything?
Because if you're gonna give God the credit that 1 year for giving you that apartment, bro, you gotta give him the credit for keeping you homeless under that freeway for 20 years. Y'all be giving them too much credit, bro. I honestly feel.
Hi, we're Visible. Get set to travel this summer with a wireless plan that'll keep you connected on the go. All on a...
And I mean this in the most respectful way, Ghost. But from your story times, bro, I'm not gonna lie. Even your YouTube now, you put in the work, and God bless you. You put in hella work to grow your YouTube channel. You put in hella work. So that's God's way of blessing you, my boy. Your channel didn't just grow, grow, grow. Yes, it naturally grew because you put in the work. But that's also God pushing your videos out. He gave you the personality to be Ghost. For sure. He put it in your mind to do YouTube, probably. Nah, I ain't probably. He did put that shit in your mind. Do YouTube. So you can make money. So you can go from here to here. So you can have this lavish life. So you can have the life that I want you to have. You get what I'm saying? Cause I seen some of your story times and it's just like, how you not gonna say that God wasn't in your favor, bro? How you not gonna say God wasn't in your favor? You get what I'm saying? So there is no, I give God too much credit, bro. You been through some shit that only God pulls you through. You can't see him, so that's why you don't see it from this point of view. I understand, bro. Like you don't see him, you don't hear from him, and all of that other stuff. I understand that. That's why you probably don't believe it, and that's on you, bro. And I respect you. I respect your decision, but I want you to really think about that. Like some things, like it's not for you to understand. Even when you die, we go to heaven. You're not gonna understand everything. You still not gonna know everything. You gonna be more knowledgeable. She ain't gonna know everything. Why? I have no clue.
Like I said, I think it's higher up. Nobody know who he is, and I honestly feel if you born here, it's on you to do what you want to do, bro. When you die, your spirit's released, and then it's the afterlife, which nobody know what it is, but they'll tell you what it is, even though they never died before. But being real.
So I'm saying I feel like some people should look at some testimonies like after death testimonies.
So you head off to the afterlife. That's what I think. But as far as God up here picking favorites, God made them rich and you poor, no. They worked harder than you. That's all that is, bro. You're lazy.
Exactly. He not gonna bless nobody that didn't put no work in. Like I just said, faith without works is dead. They worked harder, so God blessed them for it. You worked hard, bet I'm gonna bless you for it. You ain't put no work in. I'm gonna bless you, but I'm not gonna bless you on the same level as them. Whole time, them folks still got the person that didn't work as hard. They still got a house. They still got a job. They barely getting by, but shit, at least you got a house. Shit, your ass can be dirt poor, butt booty naked. You ain't even got clothes on. Nigga, you smell like shit. Straight up. Matter of fact, niggas who are homeless, majority of them, yes, they can have clothes on. That's a blessing, bro. Cause some shit could happen. You get jumped, boom. Yo, man, niggas took your clothes and everything. Now you gotta walk around the streets butt booty naked. Then you get arrested. You incarcerated for the rest of your life. You ain't getting no food, no none of that. Then at that point, yeah, I feel like, damn, like, God don't give a shit about me.
I don't think he playing favorites like that, bro. Got wars. These different races up here just kill. I don't think so. Hurricane Katrina, all these babies dying. Dude. Come on, man. Come on, man.
Jesus had to die.
Like I said, I wouldn't be able to answer that for you. God's reason for doing some of them things, only he know. Only he know. But take it like this. If you give your kid instructions to do something, or you make him do something, or something happen, you doing it for a certain reason. I ain't gonna lie, I've always had, sometimes I ask my dad, why you do that? I ain't gotta explain nothing to you. He ain't gotta explain nothing to me. He don't have to, because at the end of the day, this is his house, and he own this motherfucker. He made me. He ain't gotta explain shit to me. I don't own not a damn thing in this house. I don't pay not a single bill. None of that shit. And even if I did, at the end of the day, this his house. So he ain't gotta tell me a damn thing on why a reason why he doing shit. Cause at the end of the day, this his house. He run this motherfucker. He ain't gotta tell me shit. He don't. The same way with God. God ain't gotta explain shit to y'all about what's going on in this world and the shit that happens. He has his reasons why. Again, none of y'all niggas would never know why he did some of the stuff that he did. Some of the stuff that's going on, you will never understand why. You will never understand why God calls some people home. You will never understand why. Straight up.
Die for you. Well, because you're a sinner, you're born into sin, you can't stop sinning, so you'll always be empty, you'll always be miserable. But when you think about God, he paid for all of your sins. He made you righteous. And I'm like, he made me righteous? Like, I'm a sinner. I remember my sins. And he said, well, God doesn't remember them. Hebrews 10:17, it says, and their sins and iniquities will I remember no more. So he said, you have a choice to make, Johnny. Are you going to trust?
If God don't remember sins, why when you die, and they say the reason you went to hell because you've been living in sin?
Like I said, Ghost, it's one thing if you sin and you try your hardest to turn away from it, or you actually end up turning away from that certain sin. He ain't gonna remember that shit. Obviously, it's gonna probably, I don't know if it's gonna come up in Judgment Day, but he don't remember it no more because he knew. You learn your lesson. You knew better, and you knew what you was doing was wrong, and you actually repented, and you meant what you when you repented. Now, if you keep sinning, that's living in sin. You sin, you keep doing it over and over and over again. You know what I'm saying? I might have repented, but I keep doing it over and over and over and over again. You living in sin, bro. Because you know it's wrong. You think you can get away with it. Oh, I'm abusing God's grace. Yay, he gonna forgive me anyway. Everybody do it, bro. I do it. I ain't even gonna lie to you. Everybody fucking do it. Don't make it fucking right. It's not right, bruh. It's not. It's not.
But how I thought he remembered everything, bro. How God don't remember sin when he thought
He remember it, but he not gonna hold you against
of
it.
the word, or he thought
Or
of the
hold you to it.
consequence. What the fuck? Did he say that or much?
And remember them. Hebrews 10, a sinner. I remember my sins. Let's go to Arizona, you know.
Damn,
In Phoenix, in 1 week, I'll give you $10,000. If you believe in me, if you trust what I say, You will make that trip and you'll go out there and you'll receive the 10,000. But let's say you don't believe in me. Ah,
I actually did make a similar analogy to this.
Johnny's a gang member. He's just a guest on Soft White Underbelly. I don't believe him. Even if I go to Arizona with $10,000, you will not receive the blessing, right? So it's important to where you put your beliefs in. People say, Lord is my savior. Well, what did he save you from? He saved you from your sins. So if he saved you from your sins and you still think you're a sinner, that must mean he failed, and he didn't. He says in the Bible that he's perfected us forever.
It says in the Bible, bro, you can get a Bible at Walmart, and it's every other hotel room that you go to. So y'all mean since Jesus been alive that the Bible ain't been rewrote not one time? If it's real, the whole story is just pure cap to me, bro.
Like I said, majority of the stories in the Bible, yes, it's like, bro, what? Goliath? That nigga was 9 feet tall? Nah, that shit don't sound real. I understand, like that shit, some of this shit do sound bogus as hell, yes, for sure. But has the Bible been rewrote? Yes. Cause if you read the Bible, the actual Bible, the OG Bible, bro, like thy shall, like, bro, I can't read that. I don't understand what the fuck that means. But over generations and years, people have shifted their words in the way they talk. So they like, okay, let me rewrite this. So somebody might know what that means, but they saw that it was changing. So they're like, okay, well, I know this, so let me rewrite it to make it sound way easier for people to understand. Because I know that the generation that's coming, they probably not going to understand it because the way that we talk 10 years ago is starting to expire. That shit's starting to go away. So they not going to, you know what I'm saying? So over the years, yes, the Bible has been rewrote multiple times just so people can understand it and it translate better.
Like I said, if we ain't got God and laws, then we living in the purge. Before, he know a lot of people up in there are sinners. They don't believe in God, so he went. I don't knock him for it. I don't.
It really changes their lives because every people that
Alright, y'all, I think I'm gonna end the video here. This was a super long video. But I really wanted to make this video just to kind of just like reach people. And again, I'm not trying to force anybody into a religion, but I want people who want to learn and want to understand it better. This is the reason why I'm making this video for y'all. Um, I'll try to explain it the best way I can. Honestly, like I said, bro, it's certain people that can explain it way better than me, y'all. I promise. But make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe. Go check out the gaming channel. I will have the links to both of these videos in the description. And it's been your boy Jen, and I'm out. Peace.